Hello. Let's get this tested out. Test. All right, so this sounds good, looks good. Hello and welcome to anyone who ends up joining this for a live edition of Pokemon Market Mondays. It's actually 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Just got back from New York City this morning. What's up, Basic? Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate that. So just got back from New York City this morning, so figure we just have a little fun. I'm going to run through, basically, I have like a mostly yes pile and then like a maybe pile for my next CGC submission. We do bulk at least 50 cards. What's up, Cheval? Hello. So I'm going to run through those cards, do some pre-grading. I'm going to need to, pull each of these out and check the surface again and everything. But I just want to do a little bit of pre-grading, kind of show y'all my process. Over here, you can basically see, I'll swing it this way. So on my computer, I basically have a spreadsheet where I do card, the grading company, and then the 4 categories, and then I'll make a guess. I have it also calculate the average just for the heck of it. And I'm also working on determining, if all of these will be with subgrades. I think that sometimes it's hard with comments if I got to decide whether I really want subgrades or not. Kai asked, with rumors of bulk grading coming back in June-ish, any thoughts of just waiting it out rather than saying to CGC? No, because I like CGC. And I think there is a chasm between $150 a card and bulk at 50 or bulk at 25. So, but I'm Kai. No, they did a super good job, and I want to re-listen to it because that whole episode was super good. I kind of listened to it in chunks. I'm skeptical of bulk coming back in 22, except if it's like $50. Yeah, that would be kind of where I would sit. I don't know. It's really tough. It really is, because I just don't necessarily want to play the game of betting on a grading company to, change their pricing. Because at the end of the day, why would they grade more cards at a lower price point when their revenue can be just fine? And by that I mean the exact same, grading less cards for a higher price. Until the demand wanes and until the demand for grading changes, I don't see the huge incentive for CGC or for PSA to drop their prices. It's all going to depend on capacity. I'm sure they have a very good plan. Nat is a smart guy. All the owners in that team are really smart business folks. So, but for me, it's I like CGC. I have a CGC membership. I enjoy the slabs. Not a ton of this is for resale. I mean, some of it I will sell, and I'm okay if I, for my costs, if I decide to sell certain things or a little bit of extra. But for, 25 to 30 bucks a card with subgrades and, $10 less without, I'm cool. I'm cool with going to CGC, and I really like them. I'd love to send to Beckett if they're available. I would, unpopular opinion, I would send to CGC, then Beckett, then PSA if I had my order of choice. It's my preference, so it is what it is. So I'm going to leave the chat up over here, and then I'm just trying to get my spreadsheet. I'm trying to get those side-by-sided right now. Excuse me if I'm a little disoriented, just a little tired. Spent an awesome day in New York City yesterday. Took the 6 a.m. in and the 11 o'clock out. Yeah, Kai, that was... I forget because I'm too tired right now. It was 30 to 40K. I think that's a day right now, or maybe it's a week. I forget. But what's up, Hyper Rare? Because you got to remember how much demand there is for sports cards. I got to run through the numbers again. I've like kind of forgotten. I haven't been keeping up with PSA lately. Just kind of been focused on work and focused on some fun things this week. So, yeah. So they can grade at a lower cost basis. Yeah. Overall agree. Yeah, no, I totally think so. So let's run through. Basically, I'm going to show some of these and give you maybe a little story behind some of them, and then I'm going to fill out my spreadsheet on the side, and I will try to keep up with the chat. So this is Japanese base Raichu that Rusty from TCA Gaming pulled for me. It's an absolutely gorgeous card. So Jap base Raichu. It's going in the spreadsheet. So as you can see, the centering is off a little bit left to right. I checked the surface already. It looks super nice. But as you can see, centering is certainly, it's really just like shifted this way. So this side's thinner and the top's thinner. So it's kind of like the whole thing shifted. Corners and edges on the front look back. Maybe a little bit of edge wear there and there. Touch of white up there. Hopefully the lighting's okay. And then on the back, there's a tiny white dot in the bottom right corner. So like this could probably, this would probably be an 8.5, maybe a 9 if I'm lucky, but it's a gorgeous card. Like I think Raichu's a slept on base Pokemon. It's kind of got like a swirl going on behind his butt. It's super fun. So, and it's just like, I don't care. It's more just about the fact that like the story behind how I got this card is why I want to grade it. So that's going to be the first one. So probably would say like centering is like an 8, corners are like a 9, edges are 9, surface is like a 9 because they're so tough on surface. Like I bet it gets an 8.5. Like that's kind of what I think. So let me catch up with the chat. Resellers will choose PSA because even though there's, yeah, look, the PSA premium is in force and it's going to be there for a while. And if you're trying to sell and you depend on this stuff for selling and you really want to squeeze all the value you can, you really, a lot of it, you do have to go to PSA. Like as me as a collector, I'm selling PSA slabs and maybe buying the same ones in CGC, right? Or selling my PSA slab and grading something with CGC to replace it. An example is this guy, which I will show you guys in a minute. So base Raichu. Then we have base Chansey. Oh my goodness. I'm going to figure out a good way to get these to lean on here. Let's see. Will that work? I don't think so. Let me grab here. There we go. I'll just keep throwing them up here. So base Chansey. Let's see. Sorry for the glare, guys. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. There we go. So Jap base Chansey. Going in the spreadsheet. So Chansey, pulled this myself on my 30th birthday in the stream. So centering wise, touch to the left, not as much as the Raichu. Top to bottom looks pretty good. There's some scratches on these cases, but the surface looks really good. What's interesting is like there's the Pokeball, but there's no print line that goes all the way across, which is really cool. So might do okay on the surface there. Back surface harder to tell. We'll need to check. Honestly, I remember like the corners and edges look really good. This is a strong card. Like this should be a 9. I got something caught in the case there. Let's pull it out. I like these CGC ones. Got something. Jeez. Did I get that in the penny sleeve? Or is that, what's going on there? Did I just miss that last time? So it looks like there's like a, I don't know what that is. A little bit of, oh yeah, there we go. It just kind of came off. So let's get that back in there. Yeah, this is probably a 9. I'm really conservative on grading. Like as you guys saw in my first CGC return video, if you watched it, like basically I got killed on surface, but overall I was conservative enough where literally I think everything but like 1, maybe 2 cards came back the same or higher as I thought. So honestly, on that Chansey, I'll give that, maybe a 8.5 on Settering, 9s on the rest. I think that could swing a 9. That would be really cool. Then we have the other big boy that I pulled at 1 a.m. after my birthday. Thanks, Shavals. I appreciate that. Let me catch up with the chat. I got my first CGC sub back. I arrived with them in January 2021 under... Dude, so, okay, here's the weird thing about CGC. I got a January, February submission back, and then I've gotten nothing back since then. And I submitted more in February, March, April, May, and June, all in bulk with subgrades. So it's really interesting. Kai, my real problem is that I've got a big BGS sub. Kai, when did you send in BGS and at what service level? Because I know that like bulk from last November or whatever they call it at BGS, I'm just going to refer to it as bulk, the lowest tier, from like last November hasn't even been checked in yet. And I have some from January that's I expect to get back in 2023. So here is our base Blastoise. This is a beautiful card. Surface of the hollow looks excellent. A little bit of maybe a touch of white on the front top edge. Touch of white on the front top edge. And centering's maybe a touch to the left and a touch down. So I think you can see it's definitely a touch down on the back. But I think this could probably swing a 9. Based on principle, I'm just going to grade it, obviously. So base, jab, base, blast, what would we say? Maybe it could be 9s across the board, honestly. It's really, with corners and edges, sometimes it's tough. You never know. So, and I'm just going to re-go through all of these, especially because I'm going to decide if some of them I definitely want to send. But then we have the Pichu that I grabbed. So centering is a touch high from Neo Genesis. Absolutely gorgeous card, though. Like the way like the splotches are on the card and on like the Pichu character itself are super cool. Kai sent a bulk into see in April, but then it took 2 months. Yeah. CGC's caught up. Oh, you're waiting to submit to Beckett. Yeah. Beckett's a black hole right now, so I would definitely wait. Dude, Dark Venusaur is rad. I love that card. So, bottom's a little fat, left's a little fat. So, you can see that over here too. That's thin. So, but the surface was really good from what I remember. This one actually has really nice corners and edges, and I'm gonna have to re-look at it, under a different light. But I think that could swing a 9. I could swing a 9 maybe. Jap, Neo Gen, Pichu. So we're gonna go with the centering could be an 8.5. Let's be conservative. Maybe 9s on the rest. Maybe swing the lucky 9. I'm just such like I hate to overpromise for myself. I would much rather be conservative and just get like I'm sure I'll just get 8.5s on all these, let's be real. So then we have the Entei from Neo Revelation. Amazing card. Centering's off a little bit, left to right, so the left side's thicker. Top and bottom top's a little thicker. I remember the surface being good on the hollow. It's kind of got like a swirl there and there, which is really cool. Let's see. Corners and edges look pretty good. So just to disclaim, like when you're actually pre-grading, you want to like be handling most likely the raw card. It's just you're never going to get the surface while it's in a sleeve, and the corners and edges get hard sometimes, but this one looks pretty good other than the centering. So I'll re-look at the surface on that, but the edges are clean. Corner might have a touch of white up there. So when we put that, Jap, Neo, Rev, Entei, throw that in as a 8.599. I'll like re-go through all these just so I said. Kai, my main issue is someone who's more of a flipper than a collector. PSA 10 worthy card getting an 8.5 and losing 80% as well. Let's skip to that. Let me show you this. All right, Kai, here you go. Japanese Dark Charizard, okay? Got this from Don Diego's break. objectively, and I don't say this about many cards, this is a PSA 10 in my opinion. I've looked at this card very closely, and centering might be just the most little touch to the right. But honestly, I think this could swing a PSA 10, and it's going to get a CGC 9. Like, I just know it is. Like, I expect that, and that's fine. It'll go in my collection and see if it can beat the one in the background on subgrades. But that's an exact, it's true. Like, if I graded this, if I express this to PSA for whatever, $150 plus shipping, I'd, maybe break even if it was a 9, and I would, double my money if it's a 10. So, but with a CGC 9, it's like, a CGC 9 is like $175. So it's like, it's just kind of hilarious. Like, you still lose if this comes back as CGC 9. Great for a collector. I mean, whatever. Like, especially if you were just picking up raw cards, like a lot of these, where this one came from a break. So it's kind of like, how do you look at the cost basis of that, depending on what you're doing with the rest of the cards, and, obviously entertainment value. But this one is probably a 9.5 if I'm very lucky. But, realistically, it's just going to be a 9. So let's just do. I was thinking about expressing it. Jab, Team Rocket, Charizard. So we'll say, I don't know. Maybe I get lucky, get 9s across the board. Collector first. I prefer them to have harsh but more accurate grade. Yeah, like as a collector, it's like hard because you're like, what do I value more, the 10 or what the actual card is? So here we go. Yeah, Charlie sending 50K cards, crazy. So, Neo Revelation Aerodactyl, absolutely love this card. I have a couple of these. I think I have 1 or 2 in grading already. I just freaking love this card. So, print line on the surface for sure. Centering's pretty damn good though on this one, honestly. Maybe there's a touch of something on the edge up there. It's kind of hard with the way the corners are cut sometimes to see, but objectively, I think the biggest thing is that surface print line, so that could even drop it to an 8 if there's something I'm missing. So, but maybe an 8.5 conservatively on that. So that's going to be Jap, Neo, Rev, Aero, number 1, because I have 2 of them. So let's drop that down to the spreadsheet. And this again is just, this is like my pre-grading. Like, I am going to take a look at all of these again and double determine what I'm going to send in. So here's the second one. I'm getting that Japanese Aerodactyl someday down the road for sure. Cheval, just hit me up sometime, because I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 of these. I just think they're sweet. So I'll hit you with an extra one, no worries. This one has like a swirl by his horn. This is a very cool card. This is one of my favorites, honestly, from the set. It really is. I think it's super cool. I think it's way better. Like, if you look at this objectively, and then you look at, where is it? Do I have one out here somewhere? Oh, I got one somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Like, I know it's the OG, but like, look at these artworks next to each other. I mean, come on. Like, I know Himeno is my favorite artist, but man, there's just something about the Neo Rev one that's just so cool. So, all right, Chevalze, I got you, man. I got you. No trouble at all. I actually have a 9 No, I have a 9? What do I have? Oh, yeah, I grade that one with PSA. I have a PSA 9 to that over there somewhere. Jeez. But yeah, this one's nicer. The centering is a touch to the left here, and maybe a touch, yeah, probably left and up. So the centering's not as good as the other one, but the surface is way better, assuming the back's good, which I'll have to double check. So that one might swing a 9. I think, if the other one's an 8.5, that would probably be a 9 with an 8.5 centering. It's so hard because the surface, like, I just never know with CGC. So moving into what I said before, we got a pair of Blastoise. Oh, That one has a swirl too. You know, you put this in the right light, and I'm sorry guys, that light's hilarious. You put these in the right light, and they just pop. So these both have swirls. Let's put that in. Jap, Team Rocket, Blast 1. Jap, Team Rocket, Blast 2. Right. So the first one is objectively the better one. Has the swirl up there. The centering is maybe a touch to the right. Touch to the right. Touch to the right. I love that you guys are talking in the chat too. It helps me not get distracted as much, and then I can look when I can. Maybe there's a little bit of white on the top edge. Yeah, back's definitely off on the centering, but the surface was super clean. There's no print line on this, and it's got that swirl. So maybe a lucky 9 on this one. I mean, it's just funny because you look at like the PSA 9, I'm like, well, duh. Like if I compare these objectively, like look how fat that left-hand border is. Like it's just hilarious. So this is the first one. So maybe something on the edge and maybe the centering. So maybe that's 8.5. 9, 8.5, 9. Maybe that one gets the lucky 9. I just always expect 8.5 really. Oh, that was this one, right? Let's see. Yeah, that was that one. Now this one, nicer swirl, but there's a, I don't know if you can capture it. There's a vertical print line right here on this. So that swirl is sick though, but let's see if I can. It's hard in the card saver and with the glare. I'm gonna figure out I'm gonna move my setup soon in this room to make the lighting better. It's a beautiful card, but it's hard to tell, but it has a vertical print line there. So centering is also way to the right on this one. Edges and stuff look great though. The back looks pretty good. So I mean, this one's like an 8, maybe an 8.5. So that one's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe an 8 answer. I'm just going to call that an 8.5. It'll be hilarious if they just like both get 9s, but I don't know. Then we have Dark, Slowbro. So some of these are getting into cards where it's like, more gradient because I have the raw one. I could probably freaking, I don't know. This will probably be in a CGC 9 like $40, and I'm sure it'll be dumb. But this card is sick. Absolutely sick. The centering is way to the right. Way to the right. I mean, this left border is so fat. But the surface was super good. There's no print line. There's no swirl, but there's no print line. The back was clean. The edges and corners were clean. I'm going to recheck them all. But, yeah, objectively, that's probably going to be an 8.5, especially because of the centering. So we'll go Jap, Team Rocket, slow. That's going to be 8 on centering probably. I'm just going to call it an 8.5. Come on, the wash on these. Then we got Dark, Magneton. I love this card. Both of these, like with Rocket in the background, very cool. This one too has a gnarly vertical print line somewhere. Or I mean, it's right here, but it's hard to capture on camera. We'll see if you guys can catch it. You might see it's to the left of the ball there. Hard to capture, but I mean, overall, a very clean card. Maybe a touch on the bottom edge there or something. A little to the right, a little up here. It's probably an 8.5. Probably an 8.5, maybe an 8 conservatively, which probably isn't worth grading, but, you know, I like grading these myself for my collection, so I don't totally mind. And I'm going to catch up with the chat in a second. Jap, Team Rocket, Mags. The centering was like 8.5 on that, but corners and the edge was probably 8.5. Sale lucky 8.5. Let's bought a Legendary Collection PSA Hollow Dark Blastoise. Dude, interesting. I'm picking out. Yeah, bottoms in PWCC. That's awesome. The vault's great at PWCC too. I know even for international though that can be a problem. So then we got a pair of Dark Golbats. Again, probably not worth worth grading, but I don't know. I like them. They're mine. I like grading my own cards. You know, it's kind of neat. So let's look at the first one. First one we have centering is a bit to the right. Top's a little fat. Maybe something in the corner. So the centering's off, but I remember the surface being good. There's no swirl, and I think it's a really dark hollow, so it's hard to catch a print line, but I don't remember seeing any. I'm gonna re-look at them. So that one's probably, I don't know. I might get a lucky 9. Again, not probably worth grading. This one way off to the left, like the centering alone, this might end up getting an 8 or an 8.5. I mean, that's going to be a tough sell. So I have to think about that one. I'm going to relook at this one for sure. I think I got this one for free, though. I did get this one for free, so I might just grade it on principle. But hilarious. There might be a little white edge on the corner. Usually, again, I would take all of these out. I would look at them very extensively, which I will do before I, finally decide to do it. Finally decide to send them in. So that one's like an 8.5 if we're lucky. Let's see, but it's like 80 shipping, and I have the value. Oh, wow. So, Kai, can you just send a ton to your vault and then ship them all at the same time? Is that what you do? Because I know the value as well changes the shipping. All right, so Jap, Team Rocket, Dark Arbok. All right. Plus, you can always sell them out of your vault, right? So, okay, so centering's way off on this one. Way off to the right, so. But I just look at, so usually I would look at these far closer. This is just a cursory check again. And again, we're looking for surface, corners, centering, and edges. Back surface is always tough. You really got to pull the card out and check it under a good light. But as you can see, centering's way off on this one. That's like an 8 centering. I remember the surface looking pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, and I'll double check this. Again, this is why, this is quote unquote pack fresh, which is my least favorite quote in the hobby, because it means literally nothing. It literally means nothing. Pack fresh is an absolute joke of a term. So I'm just sick of people saying that. I mean, pack fresh, whatever, doesn't matter. Centering's way off, can have a print line. Pack fresh, 8 all day. Great. So then we have ones I will have to check on. And again, what I will check as well is the pricing on these. See where they land just to see if the bang for my buck's there. But I got 3 Japanese Team Rocket Energies, which I think are a sick card. I'm pretty sure these probably sell for like $20 in a 9, so grading it doesn't really make sense. Could be ones where I did it without the sorry, I'm a little tired, guys, without the subgrades. I don't know. It's a hollow. Yeah, pack fresh equals I need more pictures. That's a fact. All right, so the first one up has a mega swirl there in the middle. I got to relook at all of these in a little bit of a better light, but centering's to the right for sure. Centering's to the right for sure. And double check some of these corners. That's what's hard about them being in the card savers, but I don't feel like pulling them all out right now. Centering's definitely off on that. I remember the surface being good. I got to check the surface for any print lines. These are pretty notorious for that, but looks decent otherwise. I might swing a 9. I gotta double check that one. These ones I'm definitely gonna double check. I probably won't end up sending all of them. Makes me laugh when they post just one picture of the front of the card from 3 feet away. Yeah, I don't understand when people just do fronts of cards. It makes no sense to me. It's hilarious. Even for graded cards, I'm show me the back. Silly. All right, this centering is way off. Centering, it has a nice swirl. Centering's way off though. Way down, way right. This is one I'm gonna have to take a look. These ones I'm gonna have to definitely take a look at, see if it's really worth it. Cool card though. I mean, these are really cool. Like I think this holo is very cool. That swirl is sweet. I mean, just the way it hits. I'm looking for ones with multiple swirls though. Oh, there's a horizontal print line. There it is. Yep. That is a horizontal print line. That one might be a no-go because that's going to be like an 8 on centering and an 8 on surface and probably get like an 8. I don't know if that's going to be worth grading. And then the last one has a swirl behind there. I think we are unscathed from print lines. The centering is actually decent, but there is a little white mark up there on the top edge. Maybe this bottom corner too. These card savers are just a little rusty, a little gnarly. But, you know, if there's no print line on that, I'm gonna have to, we'll double check this one, guys. Let's look at this one. All right. Let's look at that. It's actually why I know you guys get hit with that glare sometimes on video, but that actually really helps me with grading the lighting we're in. It just comes up a little weird on video, but man, that one actually looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. It's definitely a touch to the right. This right side's thinner, but this might be the best out of the three, to be honest. I'm going to have to look harder at the first one. So we know the centering's a little off, but then it does have a little bit of edge and corner there. Edge and corner. So that one is, let's see, edge and corner. So the centering was that. I don't know. That one might be a solid 9. That one might be the best one out of all of them. We'll see. Hidden print line on a perfect center mint card is a nightmare. Oh, it's the worst. Hey, see you, brother. Be good. Be good. Yeah, appreciate you guys being in here. So this one I picked up from No Shoes for Your Feet on Instagram when I picked up, what did I buy from him? Oh, I bought the Demon Slayer. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Kept this sealed. Probably going to open it at some point, but just really sick. These card-ass prism cards in there, or stained glass cards are sweet, so I'll probably open that at some point. But let's take a look. He gave me pictures, and man, you know, centering's a touch to the left and a touch up, but and it's got, you know, the Pokeball, but there isn't like a full print line there. Beautiful swirl. Y'all know I love swirls, so gotta double check. Actually, there is a print line there. There's a print line all the way through. So, but I think this could swing a 9. The rest of it's clean. It's more just like, I basically got it for free with my purchase. So, I love this card. I mean, this is like one of my favorite Sugimori artworks. I love Lapras. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon. So, see if I can, oh yeah, that's a good angle for that guy. So, that one is the Jap Fossil Lapras. Centering probably an 8.5. Corners and edges look good. Maybe an 8.5 on surface because of that print line. Maybe we get an 8.5 in this. Maybe a 9. But cool to grade myself. I don't mind 8.5s. I really don't. So now we're just going to get into some of the non-holo vintage. We'll just pop through some of those. Take a quick look at a few of them. And see what we think. So I think, you know, some of these are maybes, but some of them are just cards I like. So we can get rid of them. I don't need to prop up the holos anymore. So I think we'll just check this guy out. Yeah, swirls are everything. So the centering's way off on this Machoke. I love the Machamp evolutions. So centering's way off on this. Everything else looked pretty good from what I remember. Now recheck that. So, let's see. Maybe a little bit of corner wear. Some of these do have corner wear. I gotta like really double check before I send them. So, let's see. That's Jap base. and choking. These were either pulled by me, some of them I bought, and some of them came from that pack from Rusty. So that one's got like an 8 on centering, but the rest might do okay. That one's like a maybe. So some of these commons on commons are maybe. Then we've got Squirtle, Squirt. Squirtle's got something going on in the bottom left there. I gotta check that out. Wonder if that's just a little bit of, let's see. You know, some of these were from the break and I haven't double checked them yet. Let's see. Yeah, Squirtle's got something going on down there. So, oh, yep. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Might not grade this guy. Might grade this guy. I'm just so particular. I'm just super particular. But the centering is pretty good. You know, maybe if I can get away with the rest of it and the surface is good, but let's just call that, let's call it corners and edges as pretty low and just something going on down there. So that's Jap-based Squirtle. Let's see, 8. It would be like an 8.5. Yes. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yep. Gotta watch my words. So, the War Turtle looks much better. You know, the centering's off, but maybe there's a touch of white up there on the corner, or on the edge rather. But that corner looks okay. Centering's off though for sure. Way left. So, Jap-based War Turtle. Centering's like an 8, but the rest of it did okay. Probably an 8.5 though. And that, you know, commons like that, I don't know if that's worth it to me. So, same deal here. Centering is off to the left. These might come out of the same pack, actually. I think they did, because you can see the centering's like the same. Charmander, centering is way off. But the corners and edges are super good on this one, I think, if I recall. So I have to re-look at that one. So that's Jap base Charmander 1. Jap base Charmander 1. So this is really my process, guys. I mean, this is, you know, what you got to do to make sure that you're not totally screwing yourself and you're not missing stuff when you're sending cards in. Okay, this centering is way better. It's still off, but it's way better than the other one, so half grade. It's a little up, and it's to the left, but it's all right. Yep. Edges look good. Corners look good. I'll have to recheck them as well. Maybe something going on up there in the top left. I gotta check that one. All right, Charmander 2. Just conservative there. Then I got a Charmeleon. This one I think I just picked up from Japan randomly because I didn't have one. Or I probably do have one, but I wanted to grade them all. So centering's down. Centering's down. Maybe a bit to the left. Touch of white, top right. And I got to recheck the back surface for any gouges for sure. Yeah, that one looks okay other than the centering. I just got to recheck. Bottom corner maybe. Yeah. Base. It's hard. Like, these are $7 a card. It wouldn't matter, but you know, when it's, you know, depending on if you're doing subgrades or not. A lot. How was the centering on that again? Down. Let's say just 8.5 on the centering. So, alrighty. I've got the Bulbasaur. Just because I like pulled these myself. I think it's super cool. Like I would rather keep all these even if they're 8.5s and sell other ones just because it's, you know, they're freaking common. So I think there's something going on the top edge there. Centering's a little bit to the left. And I gotta check the back surface, so. All right, let's see. Jap, base, bulba. Let's see. 9. All right, then we got 2 Ivies. 2 Ivysaurs. These are some that I consider just doing without subgrades. I don't know, even though they're starters. So the first one, centering is a touch to the left, touch up. If it's for yourself, might as well possess the ones you pulled yourself. Backstory memories, attach it. Yeah, exactly. Like I'd even pedigree some of the nice ones just for fun. We got something going on in the top corner there a little bit. For sure. Yeah, a little bit to the left there. It's like almost like tilted. And then the corner. So when we say 5, yeah, I don't mind having 8.5s for myself. I mean, it is kind of, I don't know. It's really not cost effective to be doing that. I mean, it's probably better just to sell the singles and buy an already graded one, but it is cool. This one has more, this one has some edge wear. This one has some edge stuff going on. And the left's a little thick. This one might be a no. Is there a lip on that? Oh, geez. Let's check that one out. Or is that just on the card saver? Oh, yeah, that bottom's screwed. Oh, yeah. That one's out. That one's out. That one is being sold as near mint. Let's get that into a regular card saver. Yeah, you can see the bottom has a lip on it there or something. I guess that's near mint. I don't know. Probably do it just give it away. Okay. Put that in a non-CGC card saver, non-submission card saver. This is why you check these things, guys, because otherwise, you know, if you're just going to YOLO the pile. I mean, when you're grading, you know, at least, you know, when you're doing it yourself, you got to do everything for the middlemanning, so. Yeah, and serve, 8.5. Yeah, for me, it's mostly, hang on a second, Jab. For me, it's mostly about eye appeal. Just typing those in. So when it comes to that, like for eye appeal, it's more like if the ding anywhere is on the back, or even if there's like a back surface scratch, I don't mind it. But yeah, 8.5 hollow scratched up, no go for me. So these ones I'm thinking about too. I'm trying to think if I want to grade them and sell them or just sell them raw. Got a pair of band grimers, pervy grimer looking up the skirt, and I don't know. I don't care about this card at all. I think band cards are kind of silly. Honestly, I could probably sell this more raw now than what my net will be by the time I get it back. So there'll be a billion of these on the market. So these ones, these are going to go into the maybe pile. They're going over the maybe pile. Same with this one. I think this is the banned Neo Genesis gambling card. That one, I just don't like to grade stuff that I don't really like personally like getting stuck with the slab. Like if I was stuck with a 8.5 Japanese based Ivysaur, like I'd be happy with that. But if I was stuck with a CGC 8 or 8.5 this gambling, I don't care about that at all. I'd just rather sell it raw. So but then that goes for like these Abras, right? So I got a pair of Abras. Jap. Hey, what's up, pumps? Jap base Abra 1. These are ones that probably aren't worth grading either, but it's just worthwhile to take a look at them. So Got a little bit of edge wear down there. Centering's left and up. Yeah, it's going to go in the maybe pile. More so on that. This one's better, but well, actually, yeah, these are going to stay in the maybe pile. Same with this one. I think it's the Kamiya, like, Blackface Jinx. So that's also, like, I think they changed that in English. So let me look that one up. Neo Rev Jinx. Let's look at the first edition card. Did they end up changing it, or did they just not? I guess they didn't. I can't remember if that one, I gotta look up that one again. So that's kind of a cool card, though. It looked beautiful in a CGC case, but pretty neat one that's going in the maybe pile. Okay, this one, Japanese Neo Destiny Marill, Pika Blue. Again, probably not worth grading, but really like this card. Really, really like this card. So, doing good, man. How are you? I'm just running through some pre-grading. See if answering questions in the chat, having a little chat. This one, so there's some stuff going on the bottom edge. Top's thick. This one I might just throw in a binder. I don't know if it's really worth it, so put that in the maybe pile. Porygon, base Porygon. Really cool card. Again, another one in the maybe pile. Got something on going bottom left front, so this was just more thinking about it. This one, I think I'm going to go ahead and grade. So let's get that in there. So that's the Jap, Harkold, Soul Silver, promo Famfi. So that one came, so basically there was like a set that I think had the like the Heart Gold or Soul Silver pack with it, or no, both. And then it had this in like a classic Japanese like promo card where you like peeled off the perforated thing and you pulled it out. So pulled this myself from one of those. Centering's a little off left to right. Bottom's a little thick. There's a swirl up here though, and the surface looked really good from what I remember. Let's see, maybe a touch up in that corner. Yeah, I haven't pulled this one of the card saver in a long time, so I got to look at it again. But I really like this card. Great Pokemon, really cool piece of history with the promo with Heart Gold, Soul Silver there. So I think I might throw that one in. So let's say that centering's like maybe an 8.5 if I'm lucky. So, but I think that's a really cool card. I just got to pull it out and check the surface again. So that came after the Ivy. Okay, then I have some more like maybes to round it out. I'll just show you guys some more. I'll catch up with the chat real quick. I'm fine. I also want to grade my cards. I just started collecting. I already got some nice cards in my collection that I bought. Nice. That Game Boy Lugia is like my favorite Lugia artwork. Like I don't like the regular Lugia artwork, to be honest. So then I got a few I got to think about. Little white dot on the back. Do you think it's still got a chance at a 10? I have no idea without seeing the card, but probably not. Maybe. I mean, if it's a flawless card with one tiny imperfection, it always has a shot at a 10 because that grading standard allows for an imperfection. But without seeing the card, couldn't tell you. If you want to DM it to me, pictures front and back on Instagram, I can let you know what I think. So some of these I'm looking at and just thinking about for my collection. Yeah, it's a beautiful card though. And if it's just for you, like, then just wait, send it when it's cheaper and keep it in your collection at a, even if it grades a 9 or whatever, or an 8, I mean, it's still really cool. So depending on what the cost of grading is for you. So been thinking about some of these 25th anniversary promos and what I want to do. So this one, centering's off on this guy. It's going to the maybe pile. Gary, this Gary looks, really nice. So I think I will end up doing some of these for sure. Here's another Gary. Centering's a little off right to left on this one. Just going to rip through some of these. Magikarp, I think I got 3 of these. So I got 3 of these. Let's take a look at them. Centering is a touch to the right on this one as well. It's really hard to tell with the surface with these things how they're going to grade these, honestly, because of the texture. But I think they're gorgeous. Centering is better on this one for sure. A little bottom heavy, though. And this guy, I'm going to check all the backs on these. These are like the maybe pile again. So centering is still a little high on that one. So then I got a couple of Rocket Zapdos. Centering's to the left and down on that. Got to recheck all the corners and edges on these. Dude, the blue on blue is going to look so good. I'll definitely get at least one of each graded. It's just more how many. This one's centering's off top and to the left. So centering was tough on these. Then I got 3 Cleffas. I love Cleffa. I love this card very, very much. The original. Centering's a touch to the right and a touch up on that one. It's a Himeno artwork, though. So, at least one of these. Centering's a touch to the right on that. And I want to, recheck the surface and the corners on the back before I send anything modern at freaking, whatever, 25 to 30 bucks a card. Yeah, this centering's a little to the right on that one, too. Birthday Pikachu, definitely got to send one of these in. The centering is actually thicker on the right on this one, which I have rarely seen on these promos. And it's a little up, but I love this. I will grade one of every Himeno. Gold Mew, pulled this one myself, thought it was cool. Centering is definitely thicker on the left. But a beautiful card nonetheless. Might have a little something right there. I got to double check that, but basically, with modern, you really shouldn't grade if it can't get a 9.5. But, some things are just for the PC, and it is what it is. Then I have a couple amazing rares. One that got pulled for me in a break. Centering is off to the right there. Got to recheck that card. Did I mention if I'll get subgrades? Yeah, so my default is to get subgrades. But some of them I might think about just sending without. Especially non-hollows. All hollows will be graded with subgrades, 100%. My preference would be to do everything with subgrades. I just have to think about the economics, the cost benefit. So another great card, amazing rare Raikou. Centering's definitely off, but I pulled this one myself out of a pack. I gotta check that corner. That corner looks suspect. I need to check that. And these are, again, the maybe. These aren't even going in the spreadsheet yet. Then the Mega Charizard EX pulled myself. The centering is definitely hilariously to the right. Maybe a touch up as well. But a really cool card, and just the fact that I pulled it myself and it's a Charizard I actually like. Yeah, this one's going on the list. So, Mega Charizard EX from Evo. That one's just going to be going there because it's cool and I pulled it myself, even though it'll probably get a 9 if I'm lucky. So basically what that means is, to recap, on my yes pile, and remember, you got to have 50 for bulk, and I am middlemanning some cards for just 1 or 2 friends, so I'm hitting there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29 made it onto the spreadsheet. Maybe at least 25 of those will go. Let's see, yeah, $10 is a lot, but still I don't think it's a must for myself. But I don't know, the market penalizes non-subgraded ones. I think the market does penalize non-subgraded CGC cards, but I think depending on the card, like if it's like this card, I don't think the difference between what a 9 with and without subgrades will sell for or be valued at versus the extra $10. I think it's actually worth it to maybe just do this without subgrades, but I haven't decided yet. I'm just not sure. So we went through the first part of the maybe pile, and I'll just show you guys a couple more maybes that I am thinking about. So let's see. There's my mostly yes pile. I'll double check a couple of those here is my maybe pile. That over there. Oh, hey, what's up, Piper? I personally really like the subgrades in the CGC. Yeah, it's a huge plus. I mean, like, I'm not gonna buy cards without subgrades. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I'm just not at this point. I would much rather have the subgrades unless it's a crazy deal. So just some that I wanted to show that I like that are again going into this maybe pile. Team Up, Gengar, Mimikyu. I think this is sick. It's not a rare card whatsoever. It's not the alt. It's not a secret rare. It's not whatever. But I just really like it. So got to take a look at that. Then I got a couple Oaks from Japanese 25th anniversary. Maybe pick the best one and send it in for my personal collection just because I like this card a lot. Same goes for, I got 3 sets of the Japanese V. Is this all Japanese? I put any English ones in here? Yeah, these are all the Japanese ones. So I got 3 sets of the Japanese V Union. I got to look at these a little closer and think about it. But it'd be cool to like get at least one set with like sequential 9.5s or something. That would be sick. So might YOLO these in. But it's really, I mean, I saw someone get absolutely destroyed on the English ones. It was like I don't know. They went for like $20 each, and they were CGC 9.5s with subgrades. So I don't know how the hell they got that back that fast and what they paid, but they took an absolute bath on those individually. So, but I got to think about the Japanese ones, and I have English ones too somewhere. Now that I think about it, but I'd rather just have Japanese because I don't really care about the English, to be honest. And then just a couple more 25th anniversary cards, like I'm thinking about. This Xerneas is super beautiful. And the Mew. That's one I definitely want to keep at the top of the maybe pile, just because it's a really cool Mew. So yeah, y'all. That's what I'm thinking here. I appreciate y'all hanging out for a little pre-grading spreadsheet building stream. I think to cap it off, what we will do is put that there. We're gonna open one of these bad boys and see if we can't get a, let's move this, see if we can't get myself a Venusaur to grade. So we're just going to open the promo pack from this. I can't grade them without I can't have them. I don't really want to have many CGC cards without the subgrades. I just love them. I don't mind it for some cards, or like, the set behind me, there's a couple missing subgrades, and especially when I'm mixing it with PSA for a set. What am I doing? I'll do the bottom one. When I'm mixing it with PSA for a set like Southern Islands or my Japanese Team Rocket, why can't I get this open? I don't mind it being mixed. I really don't. So I am just special today, y'all. Just special today. Literally, this was a week of not sleeping and traveling and having a lot of fun. So just trying to recoup today. Not much of a drinker, but had a few brewskis here and there, especially in New York City. It's always great to hit it really good, like German beer house or something. So here we go. Let's finish it off and see if I can't grab myself a Venusaur out of this, huh? So appreciate y'all being here. Really do. Cheval's, Hyper Rare, Pumps. Who else was in here? Basic was in here for a bit. Kai. Really appreciate all y'all. Really do. Y'all rock. Y'all really rock, and I really appreciate y'all being here. So, do you know where I can buy Card Saver ones for a good price? I would just go on Amazon probably at this point. It's not as crazy as it was last year. So you should be able to get Card Saver ones on Amazon. That's where I get mine at this point. I'll check for deals. Like if you go straight to the Cardboard Gold website, they usually have deals once in a while. So let's see. The reason I like opening the ones in these boxes is they can't be searched. And they cannot be searched, and they usually are not going to be damaged. So let's see what we got. Oh, the clay doll. The clay doll. Oh, man. Well, you can't win them all, folks. Great card in the TCG, but not what we were looking for. Not what we were looking for today. So we'll open one more. We'll open one more and see if we can't find that Venusaur. I think that would be fun. So do one more here for y'all, just for funsies, to cap off a crazy week. So here we go. Xerneas was probably the card that, yes, it pops so nicely. So there's the Claydol. I had to pull one Claydol. Knowing me, I'll probably pull a second Claydol out of this. But, you know, that's the Pokemon Casino. And you win sometimes and you lose sometimes. So just remember that. Cannot win them all. Come on, Pokegods, yeah. Yeah, I would not hate a starter at this point. I really wouldn't at this point in the game. You know, I can go buy them all day, but I'd rather just pull it because it's more fun. And I don't really like buying modern cards, to be honest. It's just, I don't know. Hyper modern cards, I mean. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Double Claydol. I got double Claydol, y'all. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh man, that's so funny. But that's part of it. It's part of the game. Still a cool card. And yeah, those will go into a pull game or something. But hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm really stoked to send some of these in. And yeah, so especially that Chansey, man, that was cool. So it's gonna be a great one to get graded. So appreciate y'all taking the time to hang out with me. If you're watching this on Monday, hope you enjoyed, got some tidbits or see my thought process around grading, and have a great week, y'all. Peace.